All right, hello, my name is Robert Coop, and today I'll be your interviewer. If you're not sure what an in depth interview is, it's simply a structured yet free flowing conversation between an interviewer and the respondent. We usually talk about the topic for about 30 minutes or until all the questions are answered and you have said what you have to say. Today we will be talking about Uber, and you should know that I'm not an expert in this area. I'm simply here to lead the discussion and make sure that all questions are answered and your opinion is able to be expressed. Let's set up some rules for our discussion. I want you to feel comfortable talking about your ideas, thoughts, beliefs, and feelings about Uber. There is no right or wrong answers, and everything you say is important, so please feel free to talk. Do not be afraid of telling me what you think, even if you think it sounds like you would disagree or if it would sound strange. I expect everybody to have different answers. We have a lot to discuss regarding this topic, so I might move our talk along at a slower or faster speed depending on how much time we have and how much we're getting through. My goal is to try to get your best opinion regarding what we are discussing, and whatever is said in this room will not be shared with anyone else. You don't have to worry about people knowing what you said. However, I will be recording this with the tape recorder and this camera here, so I don't forget what you said. And even though you're being recorded, nothing you say will be put public. Is that all right?
Yep.
All right. If you have to leave it all. Let me know, and we can start up again after that one. So ready?
Yep.
All right. I'd like you to begin by telling us your name, your age, and your major at UND.
My name is Dylan. I'm 18 years old and I'm a nursing major.
All right, and now what do you know about the public transportation offered in Grand Forks, like city buses, cabs, or since you've been here as a freshman, have you noticed anything?
I know we have the buses taking us around on campus to class, and we have the city buses that'll swing through here too.
Yeah.
And I know we have like taxis available in town.
All right, and then where are you from?
I'm from East Grand Forks.
All right, and then I guess what's it like in East Grand Forks? Pretty similar.
Yeah,
available?
not as many buses, but taxis.
Okay, and then how do you perceive the services available in Grand Forks? Like, is it enough services you think for the population? Is there too many? Is there too little?
I'd say it's probably pretty adequate. I haven't used a lot of them. Like I've never had to call a taxi or anything like that.
All right.
But there's buses and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And then for what purposes do you think the average Joe would be using this public transportation in Grand Forks?
If they don't have a car, just to get around, maybe to get between classes, and if you're going out partying on the weekend, so you don't have to worry about driving.
I guess like in maybe among your peers or your friends or family, or I guess especially college students, people are our age, like 18 to 25 years old. How often do you think they're being used, these services? Like daily, weekly, monthly?
I'd say probably daily by a lot of people on campus and with cars.
Yep. And then I guess, what do you think is the ideal transportation method for someone within the 18 to 29-year range in Grand Forks? Like, what do you think is the best way for them to get around?
Having your own car would be the nicest.
All right. And then, do you think time of day influences the decision at all? Like, morning, daytime versus 2 a.m. an example? Do you know, like...
Yeah, I'd say that the later in the day, it's harder to get transportation because the taxis are being used more often. There aren't as many buses.
Yeah. Okay, and then what experiences do you college students or yourself, I guess, have about indirect competitors to Uber such as Lyft? Have you ever used Lyft or Uber in your life?
No, I've never used it.
And I guess like, what's your level of knowledge about these ride-hailing companies? Have you heard of them before?
I honestly, I've heard about like Uber, but I haven't heard a lot of other ones either.
All right, and then what would your comfort level or willingness be to use these services if they're available in Grand Forks?
I'd probably use them as a like adult male. Like I'm not too worried about getting in trouble in situations like that, so I'd use them.
That brings me to the next question, I guess. Have you ever heard about people having an issue with safety or drivers being inappropriate with drivers?
I haven't heard about it that much. I know that's always probably a concern for people, but I haven't heard about that many instances where people have trouble with it.
Okay. And then I guess so you never experienced Uber in any other cities in the United States or anything like that?
No, I've never had used it.
Okay. And what do you think is like the current perception of Uber among UND students that you talk to about it or heard about?
We don't have it here, but I think if we did, I think it would be liked for sure, especially for the weekends and stuff like that.
Do you have your own vehicle at school here?
Yep.
And how much is that? I guess you use that. That probably makes it so that you don't have to use your buses and cabs as much, correct?
Yep.
All right. And then I guess so you never use Lyft or Uber. I guess if Uber came to Grand Forks, would you be willing to drive for the company, or would you be willing to make money on weekends, or something you'd look into maybe?
Yeah, that'd be definitely something I'd look into as a
Okay.
college student, just needing to get some money.
All right, and then is there anything else you want to say about it, or any other questions you have? Or?
No, I think it'd be nice to have.
All right, perfect. Thank you.